really glad to be part of any CII activity. Ravi Chandra is sitting there, and I see Sultan. So it's a good set of people to work with. Dignitaries on the dais, thanks very much for having me here. And Mr. Satya, I've known him for a couple of years now, and I'm meeting now Mr. Chander Sekhar Reddy Garu. Had a good fortune of listening to his thing. I know you're leaving, but I just want to say one word, that I had the good fortune, as our company, had the good fortune of working with Energy Conservation Mission of Institute of Engineers. And then we are privileged to do a demo plant on the rooftop. So it's working well.
Joining us, and he has to leave, as he said, there is a registration of the society today. So let's collectively thank him for participating in the meeting.
And quickly, Mr. Shankarrao Chodagam, I view him as a visionary or a pioneer in the field of solar that I know of. I mean, when he started solar company 20 years back, I don't think many people were even thinking of solar, and he started manufacturing. And when we wanted to do solar, when I came from the US, the first person I met him is Shankar Chodagam, and I had a good fortune of working in his company. Now I have the privilege of sharing the dais with him. I would like to keep it as brief and to the point, and more importantly, if with the permission of Sir Satya, if they have any questions, I would welcome them to interrupt rather than going through my slides. Typically I have 100 plus slides, but here I only have 40, but I don't even have to go through the 40 slides. But we'll go quickly. And I see mixed audience here, so whatever you would like to talk about, please voice it so that your time is well spent. Okay? So Yashasvi is our company's name. And we have started our solar activity back in the US and came to India and started doing the same thing. We are into solar system integration. We take up photovoltaics and thermal projects, turnkey, and we do that. And our first project, to our good fortune, is the 100 kilowatt rooftop project on Prasad IMAX theater. And it has been a very successful story, and it's a case study covered by CII also. We are very lucky to have that project under our belt. Okay, we all know the energy situation in India, how deficit we are and all these things. So we don't have to go over this. The only thing which I would like to make a point here is about the grid lines. The reason for grid lines is solar addresses this very problem. The way it does is grid lines transmit the power, and because of the poor quality grid lines, we put bigger power plants at centralized locations, try to transmit and wheel power on the grid lines. It adds to the load and it will break down. Solar being a distributed generation, we could reduce the load on grid lines. So I thought it would be a good case in point to show how poor our grid lines are. And of course, power crisis, a lot of people have talked about it. I'll skip all these slides here. Only point I would like to make in wherever I have the opportunity of talking is the fact that any renewable energy is receiving so much attention worldwide, primarily because of the ill effects of fossil fuel usage. Yes, there is power deficit in India. Yes, solar could solve the problem, but why not put in few more fossil fuel power plants? The reason we don't want to do it is the global warming issue. So that is the point I would like to make. And so much power is generated primarily from coal worldwide, not necessarily in India, which is causing the global warming problem. And so this is CGH gases that emanate when we burn fossil fuels, and which causes a layer around the earth, which increases the temperature. And this curve, this one slide is which shows that this is where the global warming is an issue. This is as of today. Here it shows the immense amount of solar potential. So the orange circle is the amount of energy that you can generate from. It's much bigger than all energy sources put together. This is the solar rooftops that you all have seen. The reason I have this picture is it need not be on the top of the roof. It could be a facade of a building. Just want to drive that point home. And this is building integrated photovoltaics. Farms, you have seen all these things.